Rivera, Yan Wong, Amadella Clarke, and Sanaya Williams were all basically integral parts of the project. They did all the work every step of the way. And I, Glenda Ulauri, who you just saw, and Rosita Ilieva were their faculty mentors. So thank you again for being here to see them talk about their work. And without further ado, we will have our first presenter come up.
Hi everyone. My name is Amadella. She, her pronouns. It's very nice to see everyone here today. So let's start out with a question. How many people have heard the term food insecurity before? Okay, excellent. A lot of Professor Ahmed students, I'm assuming, and some others that are knowledgeable. But it's nothing to be ashamed of if you haven't heard the term before. Food insecurity is a term that a lot of people haven't even heard of, and yet it affects literally thousands of Kingsborough students every single day. So let's talk about what it is. Food insecurity is when you don't have enough access or regular access to enough healthy, affordable, and culturally affordable foods to lead a healthy life. So you may not be able to afford it, or you may live in an area that doesn't have enough sources of healthy food. Or, like some of you can relate to, you may not have the time or energy that it takes to really prepare healthy foods. So any of these things can result in food insecurity. And when people are food insecure, they're actually more likely to struggle with health issues such as diabetes, obesity, and even high blood pressure. So food insecurity is incredibly common here, right here in the United States. So Food Bank NYC estimates that 41 million Americans struggle with food insecurity, and 1 million New Yorkers regularly experience food insecurity. So when we look at how common food insecurity is among community college students, the numbers are shocking. So there is a relatively high rate of family poverty among many community college students. And so many are more vulnerable to hunger and food insecurity. So one study actually found that 52% of CUNY community college students reported being food insecure on a regular basis. So that's tens and thousands of students in populations such as Kingsborough. And food insecurity among community college students really matters because when you look at the numbers in the studies, they've shown that there's a correlation between food insecurity and a lower GPA. So it's not really fair because students who struggle with food insecurity are actually more likely to struggle in school. But Kingsborough is actually a pioneer, so that's the good news. Kingsborough has been a leader in combating food insecurity. So we were actually the first CUNY to have a food pantry right on campus. And ours is called Food for Thought Pantry, and it operates in building T4, room 268, and students can go 5 days a week, all semester long, and have free food supplies and other services. So we're also the only CUNY to operate the large-scale urban farm. How many people have heard of the urban farm? Awesome, very good. All right, so the urban farm actually produces over 3,000 pounds of organic veggies and herbs every single to our school community from June to November to literally hundreds of students, and gives them these free organic vegetables and herbs on Vegetable Distribution Day. So finally, the urban farm also operates a program called Bring It Home. And Bring It Home is a cooking demonstration class. It's really cool. And it's also a nutritional workshop. So it's live cooking demonstrations, nutritional workshop to really help students. So there are actually informational brochures on each table, so feel free to look at it after our presentation. Okay, so although Kingsborough has done an absolute amazing job supporting students right here on campus, there's still so much that we don't know about how food insecurity affects students here. So we've actually created an original study that answers these 4 big idea questions. So number 1 is, how many Kingsborough students are food insecure on a regular basis? Number 2, how does their food insecurity relate to their GPA and life experiences? Number 3, how many Kingsborough students know about and use any of our campus food programs? And finally, number 4, why do students use or don't use our campus food programs? And to answer these questions, we put together a survey during the summer that asked Kingsborough students about their food experiences on campus and off campus. So without further ado, Ho Yan. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Ho Yan, Egan Bernard, and participant in this presentation we will present our first 307 student participants. Their average age was about 25 years old, and almost 68% identify themselves as females, 30% as male, and 1.3% as transgender or self-described. Since the majority of them were in their first semester, so almost 50% reported no GPA, and the remaining 50% reported an average GPA was of around 3.1. And we also have a very diverse sample of participants, with about 28% stating they were Caucasian, 30% were African American, and 17.6% were Latinx and Hispanic. And 11 were Asian or Pacific Islander. So finally, many of our participants live under or around the poverty line. Almost 49% of reported household income under 30,000 a year. They reported economic struggle in their life. According to this, it was no surprise to see how common food insecurity is among our student population. In fact, 7% students reported very low food security, to the point they were struggling on an almost daily basis. And 38% reported low food security, they were struggling on a weekly basis. Another 18% reported moderate food security. So they were struggling on a monthly basis. And finally, there's only 37% of them reported high food security, in which they have very few struggle with food. So overall, almost 45% of Kingsborough student community that has problems getting healthy, appropriate, and affordable food on a daily or weekly basis. And that food insecurity was connected to many other areas of their life. To see how food insecurity was related to other areas of their life, we conduct a series of correlations. We found out that when students report a high level of security, food insecurity, they will also report having lower household income. They receiving more monthly aid from government programs like federal SNAP, and they taking more evening and weekend classes, and they are experiencing worse health overall. So student experiences with food insecurity was related to their life outside campus, as well as their health and their class schedule. Also, there is a connection between student food insecurity and the academic experience.
Visiting these programs or not visiting these programs. We found that even the ones that are food insecure, they're not going to these resources to receive support. We found in the blue bars here, I apologize, there are 74.3% of students that are not visiting the program. Also, the 65.4% that that are not visiting the urban farm area. And also the 68.9% that does not visit the Bring It Home program. But there are a significant amount of groups that are visiting these programs and sharing it with their friends and family. For example, 34.6% of students that visit the urban farm are stating that 27.2% of students are actually sharing it with their peers or even their families in their community. So these programs are important for our students to be supported and be able to assist their families, even if you have children or if you don't have children. It doesn't matter, but as long as you are healthy. Also, during our study, we learned that Kingsborough students reported that they were never even heard of these programs. 49% stated that they were not aware or they just never heard of them. 24.2% of students learned about these programs in class, either through their professors or through our team coming into the classroom. So it shows that in class, shows that we're able to provide information better than the resources from like our flyers or our emails or even the student orientation. The reason why is because 66.1% of students are receiving support from other students, showing the importance of peer support. But the remaining 17.6% of students are stating that they're receiving the information through our flyers, our emails, student orientations, and so on. Furthermore, we ended our survey with suggestions based on our participants. What are their ideas on how to further support Kingsborough students in the future? And we had great ideas as well. If you guys agree with these ideas, please raise your hand so we can just see how popular they are and how much we all agree with them. First student stated, honestly, I wasn't aware that there was a problem. I usually always get the same thing to eat. I know. A bagel creature. Second, I just wish that they had chicken salad or more options because I spent way too much money on unhealthy food. Like $10 a salad. Okay, next one. The third student, the campus should advertise these programs more because the only thing I heard about is the urban farm, which we visited in English 24. How many students are visiting the urban farm through their professors, letting them know that it's there? All right, sounds great. I'm thinking professors. And last our fourth student, do the vegetable distribution more than once a week and have later times. These are for students that are having evening classes, like Jake has stated, and weekend classes. So if there are no resources here for these students, how are they supposed to receive the nutrition that they need? And last but not least, so you can see that these programs are able to support these students and also their families and peers. And we want to continue supporting you guys and definitely we want to continue to make it better. And now but we have Talha and he will be able to further assist you with the next presentation.
My name is Talha, and I will be concluding this topic by talking about Kingsborough's future food. So first, our research reveals the importance of addressing food insecurity. Many of our research participants struggle with healthy meals on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. And this struggle was connected to their household incomes, traditional college schedules, their health, or just pursuing their education itself. We believe that by helping food insecure students, we'll be fulfilling the Kingsborough's promise to the students, which is being food insecure. And we will lift one very overlooked barrier to success. Second, we do have a policy recommendation, by which I mean our research reveals that the food programs on this campus all support hundreds of students every year. Not just students, but their families also. However, we also need to expose more students to these programs. We need more professors to spread the word, just like how Professor Tanzina Ahmed exposed to us, and now we're here presenting in front of you guys. Additionally, we need to think about how to help Kingsborough students have access to the pantries or the programs itself, what late night classes. So for example, in this room itself right now, what's classes after 3? Or in the afternoon itself? And do you guys have access to the food pantry? Do you even know where it is? The KBC at every farm? You don't have access to that because they're off after 3, and the students that come in after 3, they don't get that help that the students got in the morning. So I believe that the people that work there should have extended hours. So you as students, and we as the students itself should have more opportunities. We would also like to create new campus programs, food programs. For instance, we would like to start a pop-up food pantry that would distribute food supplies during the late nights and weekends, like Saturday, Sundays, and after the evening classes. And perhaps start a cafe run by students that offer free snacks to other students, because knowing like the cafes in C4 or whatever, they're not open most of the time. It's only the cafeterias we depend on. And finally, we'd like to emphasize that there's a variety of things that we can do as students at Kingsborough. For instance, you can spread the word about food insecurity to students that you know. For example, the brochures on the tables you see, take them to people that you would think that it would help them. Also join our food justice organization called the Community Cultivation Project to advocate for food insecure students. You can also visit many other food programs on campus, and also read the CUNY Guide to Food Security on campus, which has many helpful suggestions like the ones that we presented today. And most of all, no matter what you do to choose at Kingsborough, just make sure that you support in creating a healthier food environment for all Kingsborough students. Thank you, and now I'm going to present Professor Tanzina Ahmed for the continuing activities.
Okay, so thank you again. One more round of applause for our student presenters. You have no idea how much work they did to put that presentation together. So, and thank you guys for being here, and I hope you don't leave immediately, because what we'd like to do now is we'd like to see how much information you actually remember from our presentation by challenging you to play different games at different tables, okay? So we are gonna start challenging you to play food Jenga, food charades, and a mapping exercise. And we are going to challenge you by asking you, do you remember all the cool terms and ideas we just talked about? Because if not, well, we're going to find out. Okay? So thank you, and please remain where you are seated. But we also, because we only have 7 moderators, we need to play these at the first 7 tables. So I know there's like 2 tables worth of people that are sort of in the back. Could you please try to come up front, because there's some empty tables around here, or if not, just pull your seat into the first 7 or so tables, because we are going to come around and we're going to set up our games. So give us a couple of minutes to do that, okay? So thank you so much.